A bunch of people have been curious about my thoughts on the Netflix-inspired DLCs that are coming to The Witcher 3's Enhanced Edition, which apparently is called Complete Edition, so let me share what I think about it real quick. First off, I'd like to dispel a certain confusion. Some people seem to think that there is a new Netflix-inspired expansion coming to The Witcher 3. That is not the case. As far as we know, there will be new DLCs similar to the Temerian, Nilfgaardian, and the Undvik one, essentially a bunch of thematic items which you can buy and use, this time however inspired by the Netflix show. Nothing so far seems to indicate that we're getting anything story related at all. And of course, the DLCs will be free to all Witcher 3 owners, and as far as I understand, even available in the previous generation consoles. Now, what do I think about it? Well, nothing bad really. If you've looked at mods for The Witcher 3, you should know that pretty much since the release of the first season, people have been modding outfits, weapons, and even custom models for the game characters inspired by Netflix. Additionally, the show is getting swords from the third game, so it appears to be a kind of cross-promotional campaign. Now, I have openly stated on several occasions in fact that I love the games while disliking the show. And that is true. There are a couple of good episodes, but for the most part I did feel like every story they adapted from the books was overall, in one way or another, worse. The elephant in the room obviously being the Sword of Destiny, where in adapting the second book, the show removed arguably the most important part of it, the one that gives true meaning to the whole destiny thing between Geralt and Ciri, and they replaced it with utterly inconsequential nonsense. Now, with that said, I don't actually have anything personal against the show. I don't get any satisfaction from the fact that I don't like it or anything like that. So I do hope that it gets better eventually, maybe even in Season 2. And if collaborating with the games and the developers helps that in some way, then so be it. Additionally, if the relationship helps the Witcher fandom in general to grow even further, then I'm all for it. This is not to say that the fandom is doing bad. I mean, the fact that you guys are here watching my videos 6 years after the release of The Witcher 3 is a testament to that, but still, I think you know what I mean. So these were my thoughts. Now let's go over a bit of a speculation in terms of what we're actually getting. Well, if I'm to be more conservative in my expectations, I would say an armor set or two for Geralt, specifically the ones from Season 1 and Season 2, as well as the sword with Renfri's jewel. There is a mod that adds the sword, by the way, and it looks quite convincing. They can probably have the Season 1 set be lower level and the Season 2 a higher one, or perhaps have them be different armor types like medium and heavy armor, for example. And if I let my expectations go wild, we can probably get a lot of stuff. In addition to what I've suggested, we might get Geralt's cape. Again, there have been mods that try to add capes to the game, so there seems to be a demand for that. I doubt we'll be getting anything for Roach or Ciri, simply because there hardly is any notable Roach gear, and Ciri is just far younger than she is in the game, so probably not.
Is that what this was about? From the start?
Ciri,
If it wasn't, you shouldn't have accepted it.
However, we might get stuff for Triss and Yennefer. I can't say I was terribly impressed by their outfits in Season 1, but I suppose with a little tweaking they might make them work. And Season 2 may add some good ones as well, which the games can utilize. As for actual alternative appearances, like changing the characters' faces to look like the Netflix show, there are mods that try that, but on this front I'm gonna say no. I doubt CDPR will go that far, but then again, who knows? Maybe only for Geralt, but I still prefer the game looks. What other characters do we have? There is Dandelion, of course, but I doubt they'll do outfits for him in the game. And of course in the second season we'll have Vesemir, Eskel, Lambert, Philippa Alhart and so on. But again, I don't think we'll see new outfits or gear for those characters. So there we have it. Those were my thoughts. Let me know what you think about these new DLCs and the collaboration between CDPR and Netflix in general.
die.
Other than that, thank you very much for watching, special thanks to my YouTube members and supporters, and until the next video, stay tuned and be good.
I must be out of my mind. Vesemir.
Draw your sword, Geralt!
Do anything stupid and they'll tie you down on an anthill, face coated with honey. You'll scream so loud even the storm riders will hear you.